Okay, so welcome to the second episode of the Rock City Wrestling Talk podcast. And with us, as always, we have, Chico Libre representing. And Kenny Cornette, it's my boy. And yours truly, Buck Nasty. You already know. So, lots to talk about.
Like this.
Right.
Oh yeah, we gonna kick things off right now, you know. Oh man. I'm just hating, on the E. They need to be hated up. Oh man.
Man, fuck you niggas every day, man. Fuck.
So, lots to talk about. I missed the pay-per-view, missed the pape, but I caught up.
Yeah, so did I.
I've definitely caught up. I know results and stuff like that. We can talk about this, baby. What did you guys think?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I think this.
Hey, is that Matt?
Hey,
It
what's
is.
up, man? Nice shirt, my G.
Brand new. Just got in today.
I'm so jealous.
Just today.
Are they selling the ones with the black trim now?
Well,
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
baby. Black trim. Got my plates hat representing Rochester
Good shit.
and AEW.
Good shit.
Hey, mine's not chopped liver neither, though.
No.
That's right.
Upstate, baby.
That's right.
Mine sucked, but it ain't nothing. But in which case,
I'm just average. I'm just average. I'm just too much.
we just getting into the all out results and what we thought of it, the general consensus, and seeing what everybody thinks. So Matt, what'd you think, man?
I mean, All Out was the best pay-per-view I've seen since WrestleMania 30.
I can dig it. I can
Full
definitely
stop.
dig it
Oh, that's fine.
because
And-
WrestleMania 30 was the
And
bomb.
I mean, yeah, and in some ways it was better top to bottom.
Yeah.
In some ways than WrestleMania 30, honestly, which is a crazy thing to say. Now, I'll say this because we're gonna get haters. We have haters in our own ranks about WWE versus AEW. So let's just be honest about that. But the reality of it is though is I'm not talking about sports entertainment. I'm talking about wrestling.
Yes, wrestling, very important key.
Professional wrestling. It was the best professional wrestling pay-per-view I've seen since I was a kid.
Absolutely.
By a lot. So
Kenny, what'd you think?
Facts.
What'd you think from
Well,
what
I
you
didn't watch it.
from
so
what
I
you?
can't-
Oh, we gonna
I
watch
have no
it.
opinion.
We gonna watch it this weekend. Don't worry. But what'd you think of the results and stuff like that?
The only one result that I'm pissed off at is the MJF Jericho.
Me too. Me too.
Because
I'm not
my
gonna lie.
predictor was correct.
Yep. And I wanted to not believe you on it, but it happened, and I was genuinely upset because if there was ever time for Jericho to, give the rub to a younger superstar and to be able to, just kind of hang it up, because it's not like he can't go in the ring anymore. But why would you want to? He's what, 49? So like.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
the
pushing
point?
50.
He's pushing this right now. Like, what's the point? Like, it's too. I know it's hard to leave that limelight or whatever, but you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, pretty much. So, I mean,
If you get in that ring every week and you're winded within 5 minutes,
Yes.
like you need to just stop.
yep, I agree.
Stop.
I completely agree. And
He is every time he's in the ring, he's winded.
he's got so much money. It's not a money issue. He's got, even from like Fozzy and stuff like that. Like, I get that. He's set. He's been set for years upon years. He doesn't need the limelight. I just, people are singing one of his rock songs to him every time he comes out, and just, it's a whole lot of stuff that I feel like he can't let go of, or he doesn't want to let go of. And then there's, I hate to say that it's because I watched when he won on the pay-per-view, and there was a lot of cheers. Like, you would think that a lot of people wanted to like see MJF go over and stuff like that, kind of a la when MJF went over Cody and everybody was pissed off about it. That's what I wanted to happen, but it didn't. and I don't understand why it didn't, because this was the perfect time. Now, what's he gonna do? I don't want to see another Jericho feud, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest with you, I don't want to see another Jericho feud with somebody else. Inner Circle's probably run its course. I forgot Pinnacle was even a thing right now, so I don't even know what they're doing. What do you guys think about that? Should Jericho hang it up?
No disrespect to tonight, but it seemed like MJF losing to Jericho on Sunday, he's gotten pushed down the card because now he's about to feud with Junior. And Junior's not there yet. I mean, give him some more time, and he will be. But that I feel like that's a demotion.
I think that's a one-time thing, though, for Arthur Ashe.
Yeah, MJF is more likely gonna go over. He's still like one of the best people, top stars on the show, and he's still climbing. He will be a world champion at some point, and I'm thinking he'll ruin somebody's dreams, whether it's Hangman Page's or CM Punk's or whoever else's, but he will get there. And later on, we can talk about how there's definitely going to be a MJF Wardlow split at some point.
Oh yeah,
MJF is treating Wardlow like
it's coming.
That's what they're working on.
So my problem. So the Jericho, I'm similar but slightly different.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with Jericho. I don't have a problem with Jericho wrestling part-time. I don't have a problem with him being a part-timer. I have a problem with the retirement angle.
Yeah.
At this stage in his career and no payoff of the retirement.
Yeah, that's
right? Like,
yep.
Like, you know, at this stage I believed, and I guess that's the point, right? They got me to believe. I'm like, "Oh man, like he's really like this is it. Jericho's going to hang it up. He's passing the torch." I mean, is there a better rising heel in professional wrestling today?
No, there isn't.
Than MJF? There's not, right? There's nobody who, I mean, you hear him in the same breath on the internet. You see words like Ric Flair. You know what I mean? Which is no joke. That is not a joke when people are saying that. So he's 49. He's part-time anyway. He's done a lot of stuff. If you want to have like a grudge match with MJF and then you go and you say whatever and it's over, that's fine. But to have the retirement angle, no payoff. And actually, I'm with you guys on the Pillman Jr. like on the next phase for MJF. What I don't like about it is MJF loses, and he's going right into an angle where he's pulling a guy up, right? So like he just got knocked down a couple pegs, and now his job is to go out there and put Pillman Jr. over, but probably win. Right, yeah. Realistically,
yeah.
And it's like he needed another ladder. He needed to go up the ladder. He's going down the ladder, and not really going to come up a lot. But the next feud, I would have liked to see him get like a marquee win after this.
That's also the question though that you want to ask, because I didn't see. So either way, MJF win or lose, what would he have done after if he beat Jericho? What would he have done after that?
Moonshot to the title. You got to go to one of the belts. You don't go heel versus heel. He doesn't go to mirror. Right. It doesn't make sense.
So then if you don't go to heel, that means you don't go to Kenny either.
I know.
He can't go for that world title right this.
It's not time for that. Yeah,
it's true.
Remember Moxley?
It's true. Yeah, he could have gone. Now this also wouldn't have made sense either. He could have gone right to Punk, right? So he could have said, "I ended this guy's career. I'm going to end your career next." When it just got started. But I think that MJF and Punk is too big of a payoff. I think that's too early.
Exactly.
And Punk's clearly got a hit list of younger. Punk's looking at Ricky. He mentioned everyone in the freaking stable tonight, but we know he means Ricky Starks.
No, this is just Ricky for him to give something to do.
Yeah. Punk is closing. Starks is closing the book on Cage, and Starks will move on to CM Punk, I think, in the next 30 days.
Yeah, because the
maybe
the Ricky and Brian Cage stuff is just not working as much as I would like it to. It's not working. It hasn't even gotten started, in my opinion.
Hey, this is crazy. So we didn't answer the question. What would MJF have done? Does AEW already need another mid-card title?
No. Nope.
So what would he have done?
That's exactly my question. Like, what will he have done? So
I would say give him some time off because, like, when he first started, he was like barely on TV every week. Give him some time off, and then let's just say hypothetically, Kingston does get the TNT championship from Miro, MJF can just finally come back out and go after that for mid-card championship.
Right. I could see
well,
that.
MJF he already gets time off to a degree. He really wrestles like once a month, and which I'm not like really hating on because they have such a roster, and it's even more stacked that we'll get to later.
Yeah.
That a lot of these guys, they don't necessarily have to be on the show every week, but then when they're on, it means something. They're still relevant. They do just enough like segments or whatever to still keep them relevant. Still,
that's how I felt with Sammy Guevara tonight, and it's a shame that he's not on it in wrestling because I'm kind of partial because Sammy Guevara is my dude. I'm pretty sure we all love him just the same. But it's nice to see the cards again. He pulled those out during the picture-in-picture. But I mean, he could be doing so much more. I still wanted that. What was that feud I wanted? MJF and Sammy feud. That's what I wanted. But somehow we got Jericho 2 more times. I don't understand that. And the fact that it's usually 3 times you're done. Why did we get a 4th match between those 2?
Because Jericho had to get over MJF
for no reason.
Not let himself finish off his career without beating MJF at least once.
But that's how it should have been. Remember the whole Batista and Triple H thing, where Batista beat him 3 times and was cool.
He could be his Achilles heel. Like you can't get over on him. Like no matter what you do, you don't have to beat him.
And that would have
one guy that you just can't beat.
Exactly, and that would have been a good thing. Yep, I agree.
And as far as retirement step or to never face each other for a championship again, I think Cody Rhodes, as much as we dislike him at the moment, he is the only one who has stuck to his guns to say that he cannot fight for the world title, and he's actually stuck to it so far. I mean, time will tell.
Yeah.
It's actually working at the moment.
He's going to go.
Everybody else, they put that stuff on. It's like you give away the spoiler of the match. Like, you're going to win.
I think they're kind of doing this like a lot, like to be like, oh, well, crap, where they gave it away again. And then they're going to, at some point where it matters most, they're going to subvert it. Chico, what were you about to say?
I was going to say at this point, like with the roster being as stacked as it is, you can't really hotshot Cody to the title right now, even if you wanted to. So maybe it's a good thing he did make that call, and all the more reason to stick to it because like there's so many other possible like contenders that he's not really the biggest fish in the pond anymore.
And that's kind of what I was saying.
Malachi Black alone just like kicked his head off in dominant fashion, and now we have Punk and Danielson and Cole in there.
But then why are they about to fight at Arthur Ashe though? Like, stop messing with Malachi at this point. Like, what's he gonna do? Do you think AEW is gonna just continue to drive home the fact that Malachi is gonna beat Cody's ass every single time? No, damn well Cody's gonna come back and get a win. Somehow, I don't want to see that.
But the question is it necessary?
Exactly.
Should he?
I don't think he should. Personally, I don't think he should.
I don't think he should.
It's not important.
It's really not.
Cody Rhodes doesn't need a win over Malachi Black when he's in his first 90 days at the company.
Right.
Like, I don't get that. Malachi Black is supposed to be, I won't use comparisons from other companies, but he's supposed to be the scary big bad, right? The character big bad.
Right.
And they're building him out to that. And for him to, I don't care how it happens, man. I don't care if Cody does a Hulk Hogan and freaking comes out of nowhere and, the vitamins running through his veins. I don't care how he does it. It's not going to make sense. Whether it's clean, dirty, it doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Honestly, it doesn't make sense for Malachi Black to lose.
Yeah, we don't want to fall into that 50-50 booking crap that we're all used to.
And Cody's the last. Look at how good of a job. Look how great they did with Christian Cage, right? Christian Cage was honestly, I was asleep at the wheel on Christian Cage, and then in the debut episode of Rampage, I'm like, oh, he's undefeated in single. Oh, he won.
Yeah,
he just won an Impact title.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, they did that under the radar. And you know what? Malachi's record's got to be 15-20-0 or something before he gets before I think, as an adult fan who understands what's going on. Because what's the real AEW demo, right? Like, we're the demo.
Right.
We're the real demo. They're trying to sell tickets to us.
Yeah.
So I need to believe that this guy is going to, like, the first person who could beat him, he's got to win a lot of matches. I would argue you could even make the argument he shouldn't lose a match until after he's won a title.
But then
you could make that argument.
Who's gonna beat him though? Who do you highball beating him?
We got right now we have the double heel singles champion problem
Right.
Right. So he's not the kind of heel who's gonna beat a heel. I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, you could make the argument of a scared heel situation if it's like someone in the Elite. He's not ready for Kenny. Kenny's got too much on his plate. I don't know, man. I don't know who's going to beat him.
Kenny's not. Speaking of Kenny, Kenny's not going to lose that title to anyone except Hangman Adam Page. I guarantee that. They have to finish that story before any other thing goes down. What's up, Cornette? What you thinking? I just heard. I saw you. What you thinking?
After what I seen tonight, I think that scenario might change.
I hope not.
I think it might be Bryan taking the title from Kenny Omega.
I hope not. He doesn't.
There's no way that Bryan can come in and face Omega and just lose. I don't even think by underhanded tactics he shouldn't even be losing.
But sometimes they do that thing where it's just like, you know, he comes in and you're like, oh, who wants to see this? And then it doesn't happen for a while. And it's just like kind of building up to it and stuff like that. I personally don't think for some reason that Bryan is going to be Kenny's next feud for some reason. I just feel like that.
But why keep teasing it though if that's not going to be the case?
Exactly. And
I think it's them with the cash.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have, and Bryan's is always in a unique position where he could lose that match whether clean or dirty, and he's still gonna be over as fuck.
Yeah. But we can't always count on that though. Remember that. Because, you know, they're going to have to get some wins to be believable.
Also said, too, in a recent interview that he's not coming in to put people over.
Right.
He's coming in to kick heads in.
That's a true statement.
So he is in selfish Bryan Danielson mode. Not
selfish.
Danielson mode.
You're selfish.
Yeah, he's not WWE Bryan right now. He is Ring of Honor Bryan.
Yeah,
that's a great spot to be in. So
American Dragon.
I don't see him just working with Omega just to lose. I think Bryan is going to be selfish enough to say, I want the belt, and he's gonna take it.
I like that. I like that. Good critique.
There's only one person. I agree with you. I think great storytelling is Adam Hangman Page.
Yeah,
that's great storytelling. It's what should be done. But ask me this: at the time that feud broke, did they know that they were going to get Did they know they were going to get Bryan Danielson? Right.
I'm not sure.
He's that level. Okay, I'm a huge CM Punk mark. I'm wearing the shirt, right? I'm a huge CM Punk mark. He's my favorite modern wrestler. He's not the guy. I would never. Do I want to see Punk win an AEW World Title? Sure, of course I do. But it's not him. Bryan Danielson is a guy. He's the only person in the world of professional wrestling, and I mean this. I'm counting crazy shit like Brock Lesnar, like Roman. Never would happen, right? He's the only human in professional wrestling who can walk into the AEW building and get into the title conversation. And I go, okay, all right, fair.
I get that, but is that
I think
is that training that we've all had from WWE, expecting somebody new and shiny to come in and just have that spot and just come in and get a title match? I think Bryan has to. AEW's been doing it very well, but I think Danielson has to rack up a few wins first to be able to say, okay, you know, let's get this going. Like the whole Christian Cage thing that you mentioned. He came in, he got some wins, even under the radar, stuff like that. That's fine, but build that up.
Now, the good thing that they have going for them is that Kenny's in a big faction.
Right.
And Bryan's not.
He could be protected.
So they can screw Bryan out of wins many, many different ways.
Right.
And for months. They can screw him over for months. So if they do that sort of, not like authority style WWE, which is a little bit of blending of real and fake there, but if they do a thing where he can't get to the top of the mountain and he keeps getting kicked down, I think they can do it organically in AEW and make it work. Yeah. What would be a shame, though, is if how does Hangman fit into that? Right?
Exactly.
Is he winning the title in 2024? Can he gonna hold this belt for 2-3 years? Like, what's the story, man? Like, so that's the tough thing is like who takes the belt? When is it Hangman's turn? And who's the poor transitional champion? Right? That like is gonna. I one thing where I feel bad. I think just all the talent that's got here, some of the talent we know that's coming, which I'm sure we'll cover. I feel like Hangman Page is not set up for a long title run. I feel like
You think he's a
going to be a
transitional?
guy who. I mean, it depends on what your definition of transitional is. I think WWE transitional champions can be 2 days, right?
Yeah.
So, like, an AEW transitional champion could be 2 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know, how do you keep the belt away from some of these people for too long?
Chico, what's your take on that?
I get what he's saying. If you could do it with the right story, though, like it wouldn't. You can make it make sense. Like even before all these signings occurred, I was thinking like if Hangman were to win the title from Kenny, and then somebody like MJF is the one that comes in to crush Hangman's hopes and dreams at the next pay-per-view, which would be like 3 months, and I think that could work.
Yeah.
And I really think that I'm going to call this right now. At some point, that whole Adam Cole getting fired from the Bullet Club has to come into play at some point. He's playing nice right now, but I could see Cole and the Bucks like turning on Kenny after he loses everything. And then Cole stabbing Kenny in the back at some point.
The Bucks too?
Very possible.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't predict that. You know, I definitely the Adam Cole thing because when they went face to face, even for that little modicum of a second at All Out that I saw, I was just like, okay, there's something I can definitely get down with.
There was a point where like I thought the Bucks were gonna like have to choose between Page and Kenny, and they would feel bad. But
the whole Cody Rhodes Bullet Club is fine story.
Yeah, those vibes. And until they actually went full heel, and I didn't expect them to go like that. And then when they did, I was like, oh wow, that was a good direction. That was a good decision.
Yeah,
because it's been so funny and entertaining to see them dressed like dickheads to the ring and all that shit.
And they're not getting those titles back for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No way. Small feedback on the Elite segment in Dynamite. Are Anderson and Gallows, the Good Brothers, is someone going to acknowledge them? Are they real people?
I don't know why they're there.
Who do they work for? Are they like?
Who does number 2 work for?
Yeah, the guy with the spray and the mask, and I'm like,
God.
Is someone going to say their name? Like, are they part of this team or no?
Acknowledge them.
Like
they come out to crickets every week. They come out by themselves, just straight crickets. Nobody cares. Who gives a shit?
It's because they haven't.
I feel bad for them.
They, it depends. Like they said on BTE, like they're not gonna have a good night because they haven't gotten one off. So I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Jerking off and shit.
Switching gears here a little bit in a minute. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was saying I think Cole is working his way to like implode the group from within.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me,
I agree with that.
I think he is going to realize they were the ones that killed him off, and he's just working his way up.
Yeah, he said, well,
taking them out little by little.
I think he said, like, remember what you did to me or whatever, something like that, when he got in the ring.
Yeah.
And,
it'll be that slow, sweet revenge.
Yeah. I really just hope that they continue to make, because there's been some whisperings of it, but I hope they continue to make BTE canon, if that makes sense. So, like, start some stories on there, keep it going on the show.
Episodic TV.
Yeah, because it's just like
it can go from BTE to on TV.
It rewards the fans for paying attention, is what I think.
Yeah,
and I like that. Did we lose Matt?
Yeah, he left the shit out. I don't know if it was like his internet that happened or.
He'll be back.
Was it something I said? Did I do anything? Was it me?
Hope not. Did I do that? Switching gears a little
Tell you
bit.
one thing, man. It wasn't
Oh
me.
yeah.
It wasn't me at
Oh
all.
yeah. Just wait till you watch the end of the title match. That's all I'm gonna say to you, Kenny.
What's
The
up?
end of Omega and Christian. Now that you said that, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll see on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I plan to watch on Saturday. Oh, and I did get the green light. I can come.
Cool.
By the way.
Very nice. Very nice. Switching gears a little bit. Speaking of transitional champions, I watched the Lucha Brothers. I haven't watched the match yet, and I'm expecting a great classic because everybody was going absolutely nuts for it. But I watched their celebration. It was everything I loved about. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Their theme, the hugging of the family, just the whole atmosphere. I love when AEW does the spin around cameras, the crane shot. And they did that a lot. It just felt so grandiose. But do you guys think, and Chico, I think I know your answer to this, that the Lucha Bros, and this is what I was thinking how they got there, are the Lucha Bros the transitional champions until Arthur Ashe?
Very possible, because I've been clamoring for, and Santana Ortiz just came out tonight talking about they're going for the top spot.
Yeah.
And I want that win at Arthur Ashe, and I'm cool with the transitional thing in certain situations because I like to see that the competition is there.
Yeah. Yeah. They have so much
And
competition in the tag division. Best on the planet. Seriously. Like, that's not an understatement.
Yeah, I say it all the time. They have the best tag team division in the game, and at some point it's going to be time to start putting these tag teams on, and they're going to have to be champions and former champions and all that.
But we also have to play it so it's not, hot potato. That's the last thing we want. There's the fact that they only have, they only have one set of tag championships. I really think that Tony Khan is eventually the last belt they're going to do is the trios title. It has to. That's the only other title in AEW that would make sense. Because they do have a lot of trios. I also think that Lucha Bros is probably going to turn bad at some point and join up with Idolo. And I just, as in the Lucha Bros, they won the tag titles without Pac's help or without Pac in their corner and stuff like that. And it was just like, we don't effing need
anybody.
you. Right. We don't need you. We'd be good with it, especially if that comes on the back of like Idolo winning like the TNT title or something like that. They don't all need titles, but I like that possibility. Kenny, what do you think about that?
What, them being transitional champions?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, I see that happening.
But at Arthur
Especially
Ashe,
if they face PNP, like Arthur Ashe, then it's got to be a definite.
I mean that's a
that way they could come here at the time.
hell yeah, that's an opportunity they probably cannot and should not try and miss out on, is to get PNP to win that in their backyard, because they are some hardcore MFers, so why not?
And PNP and Lucha Bros have a history of good matches just in Impact, so either they could do that match with just the two of those teams at Arthur Ashe. Or if I don't know if they would do this now, just considering that they're Santana Ortiz and FTR are separate.
Yeah,
kind of separate at this point. I was thinking if they could do a fatal 4-way with Lucha Bros, Santana Ortiz, FTR, and the Bucks.
Okay.
That could work too with Santana and Ortiz. Either of them pitting whoever.
Do they need to do stuff like that though? Because fatal 4-way tag match or something like that seems very WWE, and I'm not sure. But I mean, and then again, at some point you have to get these teams in there, because you can't just go one by one by one by one. Ranking system's good and all, but that's kind of what that's set up to do.
Well, no, fatal 4-ways can work because like Wrestle Kingdom 9 and 10. Those fatal 4-ways, those are some of my favorite matches on those shows.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree. Even the tag gauntlet like that they do at Wrestle Kingdom. Speaking of that, so what I'm thinking is, it's probably just gonna have to come down to that, getting that trios title in there. It's gonna have to, like, cause there's too many people just sitting around, like, not like they're not doing anything, but like, you could create a whole division off of that because of how many tag teams they actually have, and how many groups they actually have.
Stable.
Right. I just want Butcher and Blade to get far away from Matt Hardy.
And they're not sitting and catering every week.
Oh, like Britt Baker just told Ruby Soho, huh? That was cold. That was super cold.
Yeah, that was jacked up.
I love that.
That was jacked up.
How about Adam Cole's little quip to Tony Schiavone? Keep your hands off my girl.
Yeah, Baker.
With good Charlotte on his ass. Keep your hands off my girl. It's over. Like, don't touch my chick.
I was about Tony and say, bullshit, kiss my ass.
Bullshit, kiss my ass. I'm gonna touch her anyway. Oh man,
she hugs me. I don't hug her.
She came on to me. But in any event, I mean,
don't hate the play, man. Hate the game.
What are they?
Yeah, good friend, and she's the one that she's like, okay, you're my friend now. Until he's just like, oh,
right. She started it.
Yeah, like, all right, whatever.
She started it.
Who's gonna say no to that though?
Right, exactly. He's loving it. I kind of hope they make something of that a little bit on the side, that type of thing, where it's just like Adam Cole's beefing with Schiavone, trying to, take up for his chick. But they got to get them together at some point on camera. Do you think?
Yeah, eventually, but not right this minute.
Not right now, definitely not. Yeah,
because Britt's already like she's doing high-profile programs with her people, and Adam Cole just came in, so they're in the right places right now. And later down the line, they can get together on TV. They can have mixed tag matches with whoever, and
it needs a little more brandy. You know that. Needs more brandy, but
I don't know about brandy, but I mean, Orange and Chris, or I hate to say Kip and Penelope.
No, don't say them. They're not. They're not on that level. They're just not.
I'll fuck with Penelope though. Kip's the valet in that situation.
I'm the opposite of that. Like, because I saw him, man, before him and Penelope even got together or whatever. I was knowingly of him, but so I'd favor Kip more than Penelope, but I don't think they're like a power couple. Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know. I mean, he's got talent. I mean, he's there for a reason. You don't see Janela anymore, do you?
On Dark, he got a muscular bad girl now.
I guess, but
he got some new dog bitch now.
Yeah. Oh no. What's the name? Oh man. I don't know her name. Booker Grassy, that's the name. But anyway, I'm gonna switch gears here a little bit and come away from
it. What now?
I have no idea.
Did you say Booker name?
But
oh, Kenny.
I think you did.
Look here, man. Look here, man. She can't have my name, man. She got to go somewhere else with that, man.
We got to get going. There's the only one Booker T. Now, Kane, you dig that? Sucker! Oh man. So I want to, speaking of Booker T, that WWE shill, switching to WWE for a second. I heard this all over the weekend. Is Vince losing it?
100%.
You think so?
Yeah, we already. Yeah, he tore up the script again, like what, a couple weeks ago?
Did he do that last Monday?
Yeah, either that or the one before.
Yeah, I know he did it the one before. It was like last week, but what about this Monday? Does anybody know?
Now,
No,
no, I don't watch.
Okay.
I
But
didn't
that
hear about this
shit
week.
that he tried to put on Raw for Monday,
Yeah.
that entire show made absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I was just watching Twitter the whole time, and everybody was like, after the high that.
In the absolute fuck do you spend? How do you spend a good chunk of that show doing a tag team turmoil? What is it? Turmoil?
Yeah.
Yeah, a tag team turmoil match.
They just needed to
the
combat it.
WWE champion and his
He's
manager
not
to
done
win.
yet, from what I hear. They're doing it again next week.
What? For what?
They gotta finish it. I don't know. I just see this shit on the timeline. I don't watch it.
Listen,
y'all know that.
It's Lashley and MVP versus RK Bro, Riddle and Orton, right? And then on top of that, Orton is the new #1 contender to Bobby Lashley's WWE Championship.
Yeah, it's all convoluted.
Why?
Because they don't know what they're doing. And I say that not just as a general statement. It's that they don't know what they're doing. They just don't know what's going to connect to what. So they're just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. And it's that potently obvious that they're doing that. And it's sickening. I can't watch it. I don't want to watch it, but I can't even if I wanted to. My brother, he turned the channel to Raw, and I was like, no, please don't. Just get this shit off my screen right now. Oh, it's bad. Don't give them the rating. Just don't. Like, they don't deserve the rating.
They don't deserve it.
They don't deserve the household number.
No.
They're putting out shit, and they know they're putting out shit, and the shills are still sucking the teeth, and now I'm hot, now I'm sweating.
And they're not cutting the shit.
They're not.
I'm sorry, they're just not cutting the shit.
Yeah, all they gotta do is cut the shit.
That dude is tired.
Man,
He's tired, and he won't admit it. He already get 2 hours of sleep as is.
Right.
That man need to go to sleep permanently.
Right.
I hate to say it.
Yep.
But yeah,
I mean, we don't want to wish death on anybody, but
the
I mean,
decisions that you're
right.
making, like you're firing all the wrong people.
When it happens, like he's gonna die in that chair gorilla position.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not wishing for it anytime soon, but that's how it's gonna be. He'll never quit. He'll never stop running WWE.
Elvis style.
He will literally run WWE until he dies.
You know your company is bad when you give Triple H
A heart attack.
Heart
Yeah,
attack.
exactly. What the hell? Like, what are you doing? And they launched a story earlier saying something about, Triple H is at the heart of a power struggle. Like, you can't use a different terminology. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah, all the infighting hurting his heart right now.
Right, he is
had a cardiac attack.
He is
and He
upset.
went to a medical facility.
They said medical facility. Like, what is wrong? They're still using the verbiage. What is your problem?
Oh yeah, they can't say hospital.
Medical
they gotta say
facility. Not even in real life. They can't say hospital. That's a damn shame.
Lord.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn
also
need to get
suffering from-
far away from there as possible.
Yes, I believe it's coming.
I think so too.
Once
Not only did he have a heart attack,
It's
they ain't doing shit there anyway.
nothing at all, and it just makes
not
sense.
only did he have a heart attack,
Kevin Owens is beefing with Baron Corbin. So there you go.
What? He is?
but yeah, that just sucks,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, that's what he was doing the entire time, and how Baron Corbin was a dusty nigga that lost his money. Man, but he just got some money back, so now he's flexing.
I thought he kept giving them
Talking
money.
about Owens, right?
Yeah, Owens.
Yeah. Why?
Don't know.
I don't know.
They don't know what to do. Like, who was on Moist TV this week?
Cross.
Oh yeah, the Gimp, Karrion Kross.
Oh my God!
Cross.
Did you see Mick Foley's rant?
Yes.
What do you think
Yeah.
about
I
that?
heard about it.
And you know it's bad when you got somebody like him talking trash about the company.
Talking straight trash, and it deserves to be
It's
talked
truth.
about. It's truth.
It was true. It was true. Everything he said was true. There was no lie in that whatsoever.
It's to the point where
But,
people
yeah,
speaking the truth
you
on
got him trying to
WWE is
get
not
your company
hurting me anymore. It doesn't hurt me anymore. It can't. Especially now that NXT is gone. Did anybody catch NXT Tuesday? How was it?
I did. It was taped, of course.
Oh yeah, it was taped.
Stuff on the timeline. That's it. It's the last one before the rebranding.
Right. I didn't see anything.
And it's about to go to straight shit.
So,
Oh man.
So all the small dudes in that locker room, count your fucking days.
Yeah, just give us.
And that's why Triple H had a heart attack, because he losing his baby.
Shawn Michaels backstage. Like, calm down, Hunter. Come on. We can fight this. Oh, we're better than that.
Yeah, it's over for that. It's over for that brand, and if
You're
it
Triple.
feels bad, 'cause, like,
You're Triple H.
we had so much fun like watching those takeovers,
Yeah.
and now it was like all for nothing.
All for nothing. And then we have to sit here and call it a golden age, and then think about Triple H backstage to Vince, be like, or to other people in his circle, be like, well, you know what, Vince, I don't think he has it anymore. We shouldn't be able to, do this and do that, and but in which case,
Yeah, Triple H might
sad.
go all lead for the sake of his health.
yeah. What do you think's going on with Stephanie right now? Do you think she approves?
Remember that scene in Liar Liar where Jim Carrey was in the bathroom kicking his own ass?
Yeah.
Of
That's
course.
Vince right now.
Kicking
He's
my
literally
ass.
kicking his
Do you
own ass.
mind?
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? That's where he's at right now.
I just
He
can't believe
his
he's
own ass.
losing it like this. And then Mel, over the weekend, I caught like a couple pieces of the chat or whatever. Did he say something about how it needs to be gimmicks again?
Yeah, he said some bullshit like that.
Like, gimmicks are dead. Gimmicks don't work anymore. They weren't working in the Ruthless Aggression era. So why would they work now?
Yeah, there's no more Doink the Clowns and shit anymore.
And canes and just no. That's not how wrestling is. Wrestling evolved.
But they had the nerve to be bringing Undertaker back on Friday for the Madison Square Garden show. What the fuck for?
They are?
Why?
They are?
Yeah.
No.
Apparently he's supposed to be there Friday.
No. Don't say that.
I don't know if it's legit, but
He
they're
can just-
promoting that movie they got on Netflix, so he might be there.
He better not.
Yeah, he'll probably disappear.
I don't know, but they better not.
He's not having a match, but he's going to be, more than likely going to be there.
Actually, at this
And
point,
so is John Cena.
At this point, they should just have an Undertaker entrance, but no match.
But no match. That's it. Yep. Oh, look, Undertaker's going to come out to the ring and say something.
Just do the no, not even say nothing. Just do the entrance.
Just do the entrance and do the WrestleMania 27 stare at something. Not even the sign.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, that's fine.
Or better yet, now you'll be entertaining if Undertaker does his full entrance for like 2 commercial breaks and they get in the ring and puts it up. I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, what the? Like, I'll take that.
Or
Yeah, no shitty match.
Stand there, do nothing, cut the lights off. He tries to run to the ramp. He hurts himself, and you got to say, lights on.
Like,
Lights on.
ah, damn it.
Okay, lights on.
He tried to get out of the ring to disappear. You see his legs sticking out.
Right.
All right. Lights out. Ah, damn it. Lights on. Lights on. Lights out. Lights out.
Yeah, just have him come up the ground like halfway at the ramp, because they build those long ass ramps every
The
year.
WrestleMania
That way he
33 ramp.
that way it doesn't take him an hour to walk to the ring.
It would have if they didn't have that in the middle.
Yeah, and they knew that.
Or Undertaker versus Randy Orton in a entrance match. See who goes the longest. I can dig that.
I don't think that the E should have titles. They shouldn't even be called World Wrestling Entertainment anymore. It needs to be called something else.
Completely.
Because basically now, straight soap.
Right.
It's just all acting.
Yep.
Like you barely get any matches. It's just all acting. That's all it is.
And I look at stuff
There's
they do with
You have
Shayna
to be soap
Baszler
for 2
and just
3 hours
disgust
a
it.
week, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. Just talk for 2 hours on Friday, talk for 3 hours on Monday, and be done with it.
So what was the
That's
point?
it.
What was the point of Nia? I did catch this one. What was the point of Nia Jax and their shoot fight and crap like that, as to where Nia pinned her clean, but then lost this week? If that's not the epitome of 50-50 booking, I don't know what is. What do we go from there?
It's 50-50 booking because they're just filling the
They're
time.
just filling the time.
They have 3 hours to fill.
And that's a shame. They're just
And
filling
then
time.
Nick Khan talked. Nick Khan was talking about
booking.
how he would like to
That's
go
what it
forward.
is.
Lazy booking. And
That's all it is, just lazy booking.
yeah, you got to do the Deadpool there. Well, that's just lazy writing. It really is. It's
The
terrible.
old man no longer knows what he's doing. He doesn't have it anymore. He needs to admit he doesn't have it anymore,
But
and just go away.
he's not gonna admit it, and they are dying, and there's so many legends out there or whatever saying that they're dying. They're dying. I hate saying it, but I kind of wish they would. That's the only way they learn their lesson.
Ooh, the savage.
Yeah, like I'm out for blood for WWE for what they did to me. So like,
Right. And, I mean, it
Yeah,
sucks.
we all did get
I- you
abused.
wanted- You want it to die, but at the same time, it's
We gotta go
sad
down.
to see the state that it's in when it was something that we grew up on.
right.
And it was cool back then, but now it's just like it's not even a shell of its former self.
It's an abusive relationship.
Not even. I don't know what to call this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They get
So
But
now
that-
we're just
that was
jaded
kind
as lovers.
We
Just
found a better
wanna take up
girlfriend.
everything we got.
AEW.
We found a better girlfriend to
Yeah.
squire about town in AEW, and believe me, I am squiring her about town. Trust
Yeah.
me, to everybody, so the honeys can see. That's everything. So,
Yeah.
but
Me and EW right here.
and I see, so yeah,
Right, yeah.
Lady AEW.
Yeah, you see
Hello,
her?
Miss
You see her?
You
Right
look fine today. With your black, white, and gold dress on.
All right, we don't need to know if it's black or gold this time, or
You
blue
know,
or
and as
gold.
far as AEW goes too, they don't have to do all male surprises. They can still build up their women's division, so they can still have surprises and
Yeah.
still keep it fresh.
Very true, but then,
Like it doesn't have to be all guys or former WWE talent.
but then, who do they bring in?
They can work on the women
Who do they bring on the women's side?
and start with Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho is a good start.
Yeah.
to me.
I want the inspiration badly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chico. No offense to Thunder Rosa. I mean, because she was already like in and out of there.
Oh.
So she wasn't official. Just
Thunder Rosa's gonna
But
get.
you know, yeah. I think
She's getting that title
yeah.
next, guaranteed. Nobody's
Rosa-
taking that from Britt but Thunder Rosa.
The lady's getting the title.
Yeah.
Please believe that.
Yeah, I saw her get eliminated by Ruby, and I was like, oh man. And she was just so like they put the camera on her. I was like, oh baby, come on, you hurting me. Not that
Sorry.
not that Ruby didn't deserve to win it or whatever, but she's not going to go anywhere with it. It's just an entry feud, to be honest.
Yeah. We got to remember that the next pay-per-view is 3 months away.
Right.
So there's time to kill. They got to do
and
something.
the company
And they-
knows how to build.
Oh no, we got 2
They
months.
know how to build long-term stories.
Yep, we got 2 months, so they're
Two?
gonna. Yep, so we're gonna have to start fast tracking. It's November.
Yeah,
Yep.
November 13th. Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna have to start fast tracking some stuff or whatever. But I hope they don't hot shot any of it. And I believe that AEW's not going to. You know, I have faith. I keep the faith.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can actually trust them to do their job right compared to the other
Yeah,
place.
the other place.
But they fast track everything and hot shot everything.
Even if they fuck up, they'll at least try to fix
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. That's what gives me hope. That's what gives me faith. Is that even though they try, if they do fuck something up, they will fix it. However, speaking of that, they need to fix the HFO. I don't even want that to be a thing anymore. Like, to be honest, like Butcher and Blade's good on their own. I've always liked them on their own, even on the indies. So, and then, I don't know what the hell TH2 is doing, but, I'm not into them right now.
I think it's time for Malachi Black to get some people behind him and have him lead some people.
So,
I think Butcher and Butcher and Blade would be perfect for that.
Establish a House of
Well,
Black.
that's what he said. He said he want
House
them
of
and
Black.
he want Abaddon part of his group.
Abaddon, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of her.
Me
but
either.
That's
Neither
sure.
am I. You know, if that's who Black want, then that
Yeah.
That's who Black gets.
yeah, that's Black wants that. Black gets that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know what
I'll
I'm
give
saying,
you
man?
what you do with it.
Oh shoot! But before we wrap it up tonight, do you think in the long run WWE is going to try, because with this week's Raw they didn't seem like they were trying to counter produce anything with how shit the show was, but it's always consistently shit. So do you think at some point they try to combat like how hot AEW, because AEW is hot, on fire, literally. What do they do to counteract this? How does WWE come back?
It doesn't seem like they care about that because they're just like going in their own direction with them like doing all these budget cuts, rebranding NXT,
signing all of these athletes instead of actual wrestlers.
And they're staying away from the independent scene now. So
big mistake.
Which is gonna bite them in the ass.
Big mistake. And I feel like that's a flex, or they're trying to do a flex or whatever, like trying to say, oh well, we don't need that. Like, dude, what do you? That doesn't make any sense. It's wrestling.
But that's the thing. Like even when they fuck up, they still find ways to like get around it, and they're still profiting and making money.
Because
so
all the
I don't.
diehards. That's the problem.
Vince McMahon is the Cosmo Kramer.
Right.
WWE.
Do nothing, fall ass backwards in the mud,
backwards in the mud.
moose food off his neighbors, and have sex without dating. That's Vince McMahon.
Like them selling the network was just their way of getting out of the hole. Like, that's the thing. The problem is like WWE never really gets to repent the way that we all want them to.
Right.
And you always hear the news about them, the execs of these networks being pissed off, but yet they're not doing nothing to punish him or even like send a threat his way
at all.
It's like, dude, either get your shit together or get off of our station, right? Just get off our network. But they don't do anything like that.
But
when it comes time to negotiate between them and Fox, that could play a factor in that. So even though it's not happening now, that could happen.
How much longer do they have?
That's a very good question.
Before they have to renegotiate.
I think they got until 2024 or 25 or something.
That's too long.
If I'm not mistaken.
That's too long. And they're about to go back to Saudi Arabia.
Next year.
We need to get Corbin Dallas in there to negotiate. I agree. Where did he learn to negotiate like that? I wonder.
Yeah, so that's why I think like at this point, like WWE is always just gonna exist.
They're complacent.
It's always just gonna be their version of wrestling or sports entertainment or whatever. It's always gonna be there.
And there's always gonna be fans to pour money into
all
it.
Your talent that's there right now, that's ready to go.
Because they're
seeing what AEW
because they're wrestlers. They don't want to be in a company that doesn't prioritize wrestling. That's the biggest thing. That's the Owens and Sami Zayn stuff. They are wrestlers. If there's anybody that are wrestlers, it's those two. And you know damn well they do not want to stay in that. And what's funny is I keep seeing all these stories about, oh, this such and such contract is going to be up sooner than expected. Like, okay, so how is that possible? Like, do you not know when your talent's contracts are up? No, they just don't care. And that much is certain. They don't care about who, hell, more money for them. Because there's still going to be people there, sucking on the teat, pouring money into the machine. They're just spokes on the wheel. The wheel's going to keep turning despite itself. And, I mean, it's such a shame, but it's true. I mean, and I can say it in like, even if I can say it in like not a joking fashion, it's all but true. And I despise it to the core for that. I don't know, but
You know what, bro? I'll tell you what, bro. They need me to go back and write for
we
these
got
guys,
Kenny
bro.
Russo here.
I can make them money, bro. Believe you me, bro.
Chico like,
Make cash faster than no weather. These guys need me, bro.
I heard a story that I posted it in the
can make
chat.
it happen.
He's coming back to do some stuff for them.
Yeah, or he did
No
some
way.
freaking basket case thingy, whatever, some interview nonsense.
Somebody said Brawl for All
I'm
too.
looking for a job there, believe it or not.
Yeah,
I'm just asking for a
then call
job.
a pole match.
They need to reinstate Raw Underground.
Oh god, that was really Brawl for All too.
Yeah,
if
literally.
you think of it.
Exactly.
Oh,
Well, we got
did y'all see the Dark Side of the Ring version of that?
Dabakato. No, I didn't see that yet.
Oh.
I'm gonna peep it soon.
Oh man, yeah, y'all need to watch that
Yeah.
because everybody said it was. Apparently, he started that because he wanted to shut up JBL's mouth and see him get knocked
Right, see him
out.
get knocked out, and he did.
That's the story.
He definitely did.
Yeah, I saw the
I saw
episode.
that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Dark Side of the Ring.
Crazy. But
Oh yeah, they're about to come back soon with the second half of the season.
yeah, and some good good
We
stuff.
should start talking about. We should start talking about that weekly.
Dark Side of the Ring.
Uh-huh.
I could dig it. Definitely can. And this was a nice little, intimate session here. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. But we're just about wrapped up here. Just a quick reminder that, next Wednesday we'll, more likely be doing this again. And, every Wednesday. And hopefully we can incorporate like an after pay-per-view special every once in a while. I can dig that too. Until then.
I think Chico came up with that idea,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I wanted to do the recap this Sunday, but you couldn't do it because you had the funeral going on, which is that is what it is.
It's
But
inspired by Cultaholic. What just happened? I like that. That's good for me.
Well, yeah, he had that going on. I had my 5-year anniversary going on,
Yeah.
so I was out of town. So
Yeah.
I didn't get back until after almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but now this will be a regular thing. We can start incorporating recaps also. That'll be fun.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
Until then, fellas, WWE, AEW, it's good soup. So
Yeah. Suck shit.
we're gonna be able to we'll pick it up again next week. Until then, guys, we'll see you later, and take care.
Peace.
Hey.